Hi everyone, it's Nicole here, and I'm coming to you live from my Facebook page, Sydney English Teacher, and over on my YouTube channel, The Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And I'm here today with episode number 32. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me, whether you're here with me live or whether you're watching the replay. I really, really appreciate it. We're here today to talk about a really interesting topic. The question is, can I teach myself English or do I need a teacher? Look, even though I'm an English teacher, I'm going to be very honest about answering this question. And I've got a lot of practical advice on this topic, which I am sure will really, really help you. But before I share that with you, have you asked yourself this question before? Have you ever thought, oh, I think it's better if I teach myself? Or have you ever thought, I really need an English teacher to help me, to guide me, to help me get the results that I need? I'm sure each and every one of you has had that thought and has wondered, am I learning effectively by myself, or do I need a professional to help me? Well, let's have a chat about this topic, and I'll help you answer that question independently once and for all. Are you ready? Okay, my first piece of advice is it all depends on your why. It depends on your reason for learning English, and of course, on the results that you are aiming for with your English, and of course, how quickly you want to get there. So, yes, you can absolutely teach yourself. You can learn English or anything else on your own. But think about it. Do you have the background skills and the background knowledge to really get you where you want to go? Are you able to focus on the right things? Can you identify your own mistakes? And really importantly, can you keep motivated to continue learning and practicing every single day? Only you can answer those questions, and only you know how important it is to you and how motivated you are to reach your English language goals. So it all depends on your why, on your reason for learning. I think you know that. Next, look, English courses give you structure. You know, an English course has been designed to give you a step by step path to follow so that you can reach a particular goal. You know, an English course has been designed by a professional who carefully thinks about what needs to be included in a course so that those people who complete the course actually achieve success, actually reach the goals and get the outcomes that the course promises. By following a course, instead of jumping around from topic to topic by yourself with no real aim and are actually avoiding the holes in your English language. You're avoiding the holes, which are really difficult to identify and to fill in later on. So, by following a course and a structure that has been carefully planned out for you, you are moving forward and you are not jumping around and leaving any holes behind that will be hard for you to fix or to fill in later on. Next, you know this already. A teacher gives you feedback. If you have a teacher, you get professional feedback on your performance and on your progress. You get helpful corrections and advice to help you avoid making further mistakes and really to help you better understand difficult concepts, difficult definitions, and difficult grammar structures. So, above all, a teacher's job is to point you in the right direction so that you know exactly where to go and you don't get stuck along the way. Whether you have private lessons or whether you're in a class, it doesn't matter. But having a teacher to help and guide and support you is incredibly valuable. And it's a guarantee that you won't learn mistakes that later on become bad habits and are really difficult to unlearn. So think about a teacher as your support person, your guide, your mentor, the person leading you towards success. A teacher is there to give you that much needed feedback, to give you corrections that will help you avoid future mistakes, and to give you as much personalized advice as possible. And I can't think of anything better when it comes to learning a language. Next, look, you can teach yourself English in the later stages of the English language. You know, you can do it on your own in the later stages. You know, you're absolutely fine to learn by yourself and to teach yourself, but leave it for the later stages of English language development when you have already got a high level of English skills and knowledge. You know, don't do it at the beginning because you're a little bit lost at the beginning and even in the middle. Leave it when you're as close to the top of that mountain as possible. You know, when you don't really need that push anymore, when you're so motivated and so ready to get to the top, to get to the peak. You know, learning on your own is even more effective in the later stages. If you have a teacher as your guide, not as your teacher, but as your guide who simply points you in the right direction. Just like a tour guide who's helping you climb the mountain. You know, you don't want to go to the top of Mount Everest by yourself. You need a guide who points you in the right direction, who gives you that encouragement and that little push that you need to keep going. So it's much more effective in those later stages if you combine your self learning and your self teaching with the guidance of a teacher who will really make sure that you don't stray from the correct path, who will really make sure that you're heading in the right direction and that you are going to arrive at the end point that you are aiming for. So, yes, you can learn by yourself, you can teach yourself. Leave it till those later stages. And if you want to be even more successful and reach your goals even more quickly, then have a teacher as a guide in those final stages who will really ensure that you get to that final destination. How exciting! So, a quick review of the key points that I'd like you to remember from today's episode. So, number one, always consider your why. Think about your English language goals and the results that you are aiming for. And also think about your time frame. How long do you have, or how long do you give yourself to reach that particular goal? You know, thinking about your why will help you decide whether you can do it on your own or whether you need the help and guidance of a professional. Number two, don't forget that English courses provide you with a much needed structure. They've been designed by a professional to really give you a step by step path on the way to English language success. And, you know, if you have a step by step path, it makes the journey a lot more simple, a lot more enjoyable, and you have a much better chance of staying on the correct path and of reaching the final destination. So, courses provide structure instead of jumping around and, doing it on your own. Number three, it's really important to remember that feedback from a professional is so valuable when it comes to learning a language. You might not need feedback from a professional if you're learning something else, but when it comes to a language, it's almost essential. You know, getting feedback, corrections, and advice from a professional teacher, not just a native speaker or someone who speaks English, but a professional English teacher who knows what he or she is doing, that will ensure that you don't get stuck. That will guarantee that any mistakes you make don't become bad habits that are so hard to erase. So, feedback, corrections, and advice from a professional, absolute gold. And number four, yes, you can learn on your own, you can teach yourself. However, leave it until the later stages when you already have a really solid foundation. You know, that self guided learning and practice is absolutely possible when you already have the confidence, the knowledge, and the skills in the English language so that you can get there. You know, if you want to do even better, get to that end destination even more quickly and get even better results, well, combine your self learning with the guidance of a professional English teacher. And you'll get to the top of that mountain so much more quickly, and the ascent to the top won't be as steep or stressful or difficult. A quick bonus tip from me before we finish today. Never forget that learning English is a process, okay? It's a step by step process. It's not something that will happen overnight, okay? And you will achieve the best outcomes for your English with a combination of self teaching, self study, and practice on your own, along with the help and feedback and guidance of a professional. So combining that professional assistance from an English teacher or a professional course, combining that with your own desire to learn, with your own motivation to practice, and with your own teaching, then you will get the best results possible. And that's what we're all here for. We're all here to get the best results possible and to communicate as confidently, accurately, and effectively as possible. Okay. If you have any questions about today or any other questions or requests for future topics, please get in touch. You can email me, you can message me, you can write in the comments, or you can visit this link to my website and fill in the form. You know, I'm always here to help. And I'm more than happy to answer questions and to help, guide, and support you. If you would like to learn a little bit more, make sure that you're part of my learning community. We have got an amazing community of learners from all over the world over on my Facebook page, in my Facebook group, visiting my blog and my website, subscribed to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you're one of them. Join that amazing community of learners. We also have some incredible online courses coming very, very, very soon, and my learning library where you have access to all of the learning materials that you need. So join my learning community. I would love to have you as a member. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know it was a longer lesson, a longer session. However, I hope that you found it helpful. I had lots of useful things to say, I hope, and a lot of things to make you think about what method will work best for you in order for you to get the outcomes you are aiming for. So, thank you very much. I hope you join me again tomorrow for episode 33. And please share the love with your family and friends. Click on the share button. Tell them about my Question of the Day series because I'm certain that they will benefit a lot from it as well. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful day.